Null was the creator of the symbiotes. He was a god who lived in the darkness before the universe began. When the Celestials brought light into the void and created all life, Null saw them as enemies. From his own shadow, he made a living sword called All Black and used it to kill a Celestial. Banished into the emptiness with the dead Celestial's head, Null used its power to shape more creatures out of his darkness. These became the first symbiotes. For ages, he sent them across the stars to spread fear and destruction. But over time, the symbiotes grew tired of his rule. They rebelled, trapped him, and formed a living prison around him called Clintar, which means cage. Even while locked away, Null stayed connected to every symbiote through a hive mind, waiting for his return. Carnage. Carnage is one of the most dangerous symbiotes in the Marvel Universe. Unlike Venom, who sometimes fights for good, Carnage is pure chaos and violence. He was created when a piece of the Venom symbiote broke off and bonded with a man named Cletus Kasady. Cletus was a serial killer, completely ruthless and insane. When the symbiote fused with his blood, it became Carnage, a creature that reflected Cletus's evil nature. This bond is extremely strong, making it nearly impossible to separate them. Carnage doesn't just want to survive, he wants to kill, destroy, and spread fear. His crimes are extreme, and even Venom fears him. He is the ultimate example of what happens when a symbiote bonds with pure evil. Scream is one of the 5 symbiotes created by the Life Foundation, a secretive organization that experimented with Venom's offspring. Unlike Venom or Carnage, Scream bonded with a woman named Donna Diego, who had a history of violent behavior and emotional instability. This made their bond very unpredictable and dangerous. Scream has many of the same powers as Venom: superhuman strength, agility, the ability to stick to walls, and organic webbing. But what sets her apart is her fighting style. She can turn her long hair-like tendrils into weapons, slashing or whipping her enemies from a distance. This makes her a unique and deadly fighter, able to attack in ways no other symbiote can. Scream is chaotic and aggressive. She often acts on her emotions, which makes her unpredictable in battle. While not as powerful as Carnage, she is still a serious threat to anyone who crosses her path. Toxin is one of the most powerful symbiotes in the Marvel Universe, even stronger than both Venom and Carnage. Toxin first bonded with police officer Patrick Mulligan. Unlike other symbiotes that often act on instinct, Patrick tried to teach Toxin about justice, morality, and doing the right thing. This gave Toxin a sense of purpose beyond chaos and destruction. Later, Toxin bonded with Eddie Brock, pushing his powers to even higher levels. Payback is a very different kind of symbiote. The symbiote first bonded with Mavis Trent, an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. Unlike other hosts, Mavis needed to be in a state of total happiness for Payback to reach its full power. When she did, the symbiote transformed her into a silver-skinned energy being, giving her incredible strength, speed, agility, and the ability to heal quickly. She could also manipulate electricity, fly, and form weapons from her own body. She is most popular for appearing in the comic series The Amazing Spider-Man True Believers, where she and her team defeated corruption inside S.H.I.E.L.D. Anti-Venom is one of the most unique symbiotes in the Marvel Universe. Unlike Venom or Carnage, which often spread chaos, Anti-Venom has the power to heal and cleanse. It can cure diseases, neutralize toxins, and even destroy or weaken other symbiotes. This makes it not only a powerful fighter, but also a protector. Anti-Venom was created when Eddie Brock, the original host of Venom, received treatment for cancer. The cure reacted with leftover traces of the Venom symbiote inside his body, and from this reaction, a new symbiote was born. Unlike Venom, this symbiote is white and has a strong drive to fight corruption and evil. When bonded with Eddie, it gave him incredible abilities far beyond his original powers. The bond between Eddie and Anti-Venom is different from other symbiote relationships. Unlike Venom, which often amplifies aggression, Anti-Venom seems to amplify Eddie's sense of justice and morality. But it still retains some unpredictable tendencies, which Eddie must control to avoid harming innocents. Anti-Venom first appeared in The Amazing Spider-Man 569, and over time has become a fan favorite for his role as a white, heroic symbiote, in contrast to the darker Venom and Carnage. Zayax is one of the most unusual and dangerous symbiotes in the Marvel Universe. Unlike most symbiotes which form a mutual bond with their hosts, it acts more like a parasite, taking over the host's body and feeding on their brain. This makes it one of the most sinister and alien symbiotes ever introduced. It originates from an extraterrestrial species of symbiotes, but it has a unique techno-organic composition, meaning it is part biological and part machine. This gives it abilities that normal symbiotes do not have, including enhanced mental control over its host and the ability to manipulate machinery or technology. It first appeared when it bonded with a Shi'ar Imperial Guardsman named Raza. Once it took control, it used its host to create chaos, attacking allies and enemies alike. Its parasitic nature makes it extremely dangerous, because unlike Venom or Carnage, it does not cooperate or communicate, it simply consumes and controls. Venom is the most famous symbiote in the Marvel Universe. Created from a seed of Knull's living darkness, Venom arrived on Earth with immense power and a hunger that often led to chaos. Its first human host was Deadpool, who quickly abandoned it, fearing the symbiote's influence. Soon after, it bonded with Spider-Man, giving rise to the iconic black-suited hero and granting him organic webbing, enhanced strength, agility, and wall crawling. Over time, Venom evolved from Spider-Man's enemy to a complex anti-hero. Its terrifying appearance, sharp teeth, a long tongue, and a sleek black form masked a strange sense of loyalty to its host. The symbiote thrives on strong emotions and can enhance the abilities of anyone it bonds with, making its hosts formidable fighters. In more recent stories, Venom bonded with Eddie Brock, a journalist who encountered the symbiote at the Life Foundation. This bond allowed Venom to develop a personality of its own, forming a unique relationship with Eddie that blends heroism, aggression, and dark humor. Agent Venom is one of the most unique symbiotes because his host Flash Thompson uses the symbiote for justice instead of chaos. Flash was originally Peter Parker's high school bully, but after losing his legs in military service, he was chosen for a government experiment to become a super soldier. The experiment bonded him with the Venom symbiote, creating Agent Venom. Unlike Eddie Brock, who sometimes struggles with Venom's darker instincts, Flash uses the symbiote to enhance his combat abilities and complete military missions. Agent Venom acts as a disciplined and heroic figure. Flash works with the government and other heroes, using the symbiote to fight crime, terrorism, and other symbiote threats. His bond with the symbiote is strong, but he must constantly control its darker tendencies, balancing his own morality with the symbiote's natural aggression. He is most popular for appearing in the comic Venom Space Knight and various Marvel military missions, where Flash Thompson uses the symbiote as a controlled weapon for justice rather than destruction. The Life Foundation, a secretive and powerful organization, created 5 symbiotes using seeds from Venom. Their goal was to produce super soldiers, but these experiments often went dangerously wrong. Each symbiote has its own personality and abilities. Scream bonded with Donna Diego, which we just talked about. Riot bonded with Trevor Cole. Riot is the muscle of the group, known for his incredible strength and ability to turn his limbs into weapons. Phage bonded with Karl Mach. Phage can form blade-like weapons from his body, excelling at close combat. Lasher bonded with Antonio Rodriguez. Lasher wields whip-like tendrils for combat and mobility, striking from a distance. Agony bonded with Patricia Robertson. Agony can spit acid that melts almost anything, making her particularly lethal. Later, these 5 symbiotes were merged into Hybrid, which bonded with Scott Washington. Hybrid combined all their powers, making him extremely versatile and powerful. The bond also created a unique challenge, as Scott had to deal with multiple voices and personalities in his head at once.